Okay, we are live at Jack Johnson Park in Galveston, Texas. We're here with the president of the Old Cultural Center Board of Directors, Mr. George Pete Henley. Thank you for meeting with us today, sir. I just wanted to get a little bit of history on the place, and if you could talk a little bit about it and tell us how this all came to be.
Well, the park came into existence where the City Council of Galveston gave us a $150,000 grant to build the park. We designed it, but they actually built it. Then it became a property of the Old Central Cultural Center, so the Old Cultural Center is the owner of the park. It's dedicated to Jack Johnson to preserve the history of him being the first black heavyweight champ of the world, and also being a native of Galveston, having been born here in Galveston. And that's how the park came about. The park serves many functions. We've had, recently we just had the boxer Leon Spinks to come down and visit the park. We've had other, in the past, Muhammad Ali has been here. We've had quite a few boxers that have come and actually viewed and visited the park. The park's whole purpose is to serve the community. As you can see, it's fenced in so people rent it for private events. We've had weddings out here, we've had fashion shows, we've had family reunions, zydeco's, just everything. The park in it has a pavilion also where you can actually have live music and do different things. We have a plaque right over there where the state of Texas made it a historical spot. If you want to, we can.
Oh, sure. Let's go take a look through there real quick.
I'll show you that.
Okay.
The statue that we have was commissioned by a sculptor from Austin. His name is Isaac. And she was a black person that we commissioned to do the sculpture. The statue.
Excellent. I'm going to go around this side so I can catch, so it's not so much sun in there. Beautiful artwork there. Now this statue. This is obviously not life size, right? It's kind of like someone told me that it's like a little bit smaller version of his actual height.
Yeah, it's a little bit smaller version of his actual height.
Excellent. Now, okay, and here's the plaque itself.
And the plaque gives a brief history of Jack and some of his accomplishments, how his demise came about at the age of 68, and how important a figure he was during the struggle. The story that I tell people the most about Jack, that he was the Muhammad Ali of his time.
Right.
Jack, he wasn't educated so far as school goes, but he read and he self-educated himself, but he became a very intelligent and highly controversial person.
Right.
One time Jack was on his way to visit someone in another state, and the police pulled him over. And they said, "Boy, do you realize how fast you were going? And what is your hurry? And what you doing driving a car like this?" Jack, realizing the times at that particular time as to ingratiate yourself to the police rather than being belligerent. So he said in a very polite way, "Officer, I apologize, I didn't realize I was going as fast." The officer told him, "Well, based upon that, boy, let me tell you what's about to occur. There's a fine, and if you don't pay the fine, you got to go to jail." So Jack asked him, "Officer, how much is the fine?" The officer said, "The fine is $100. And at that time, $100 was a big sum of money. So Jack told the officer, "What I'm going to do, officer, I'm going to give you $200 because I'm going to come back this way, so don't stop me."
Oh, wow.
So he was always outspoken
Mm-hmm.
but he believed in the rights of individuals and people. He was a lot of people don't realize the humanitarian that he was also. Jack had a caring and giving heart. And like I say, he was the first black heavyweight champ of the world.
Right, and no one really wanted to fight him back then either. So it's kind of ironic because if he was living in this day and age, could you imagine the force he would have been? Because he was so restricted back then.
And in those days, you didn't have all these padded gloves that they had.
Right.
They actually was a lot of his fights were bare knuckle fights.
Right.
So it told you about the impact and the power that he had as a fighter.
Right.
Over here we have a plaque where I can show you where the city.
All right, let's go take a look at that.
City actually approved.
Jack Johnson Park. Very cool. I highly recommend if you're a boxing fan, you need to come down here and check this out. The whole area of Galveston Island is, just rich in history. Period. But this is something I've wanted to do in a long time since Jack Johnson's I'm a boxing fan, but Jack Johnson, of course, grew up around here. Did he go to school here too, or is it? So this was his actual high school, and he didn't obviously go to school that long, but
he didn't go to school that long.
Right.
That's why I say it's amazing how he read and self-educated himself.
Right.
He read many, many books. So as time progressed, he became a very highly intelligent individual and was able to speak on any social issue or on any intelligent level when it came to communication.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, excellent. Okay, well, I'm working on a story on that, but Mr. Pete, I appreciate you taking the time. I know you're on your way to church here, and I just really appreciate your time. And I'm going to come back and do a full interview with you when we have time, maybe, and just get a little bit more of the stories and everything too.
Let me take you inside.
Oh, okay.
For just a moment, and then I can.
All right. Oh, I got plenty of time. I just want to hold you up.
I can show you a particular area that we have.
Okay.
Here, for
So we can, this is right down in the old part of Galveston. Well, actually all of Galveston's old, but kind of down by the water, kind of, near his home, or where his home used to stand anyways. And here's the park information if you ever make it down here. So we're going to go take a look inside. Excellent. Thank you. Okay, it might be dark here for a minute till we get down the hall.
We do a lot of dedication. This is the particular area that.
Oh, wow. Wow, look at this. Park dedication. Amazing. So it's got all the history on Jack Johnson, if you can make it down here, and you see all the old newspaper clippings. Nice. And like I said, unfortunately, it's too bad that he didn't grow up in a time when he really was kind of denied, a lot of rights and everything. But as far as like a boxer goes, could you imagine what he would be like if he could fight in this day and age? It'd be something else. That's very cool. Very cool. They have lots of stuff in here, and it's perfect. Perfect place to come check out if you want to learn a lot about the history of Jack Johnson and the way things was when he lived back then. So I'm definitely going to be coming back here to check it out and do some more looking around and everything, but it's really pretty cool. Well, Mr. Pete, I thank you for your time, and I know it's like a short notice and everything, but I really appreciate it, and I hope to be back soon because I really want to check everything out. I want to.
Well, now that you have my number, just call me a day or so ahead of time or whatever, and then we can arrange it. And that way we can have a longer.
Oh, definitely.
To review some of the history that we have here at Old Central.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate it.